I'm Victoria Finch. They call me the Heart Healer. And I decided to do a series called Kitchen Talk with Victoria. I decided to do this series because I grew up in a time when my grandmother would sit with me in the kitchen and she would tell me all kinds of things about the world and how to be a loving person. She also taught me in her wisdom sometimes when I was sad or I had a breakup or something happened, and Grandma would say, let's have a sit down. And Grandma and I would have a sit down and I would tell her what was going on with me. And she always had such wonderful wisdom. She not only had wisdom that I could understand, but she also imparted in me a lot of Christian values, a lot of Christian wisdom. And I remember one time I was so mad at a little boy. I was furious with him. I don't know what he did to me, but I was mad. And I was so upset. It got towards the evening and I was still mad. And I just remember my grandmother gently telling me not to let the sun go down on my anger. She told me it was okay to be angry. How many times do we have our feelings squashed? How many times do people tell us, well, you know, you shouldn't feel that way or you shouldn't do that? But my grandmother, she acknowledged me. She acknowledged my feelings. But she told me not to let the sun go down on my anger. And as I grew into a young woman, that carried me a long way because it allowed me to sit in my feelings and it allowed me to take a deep breath and, put on my big girl panties, as they say. Because I was able to deal with what I was going through. And I feel that Kitchen Talk with Victoria is important because it's going to allow you and give you permission to feel. Because what we resist, persist. Things will always come back on us if we aren't careful. I'm really looking forward to this. We're going to talk about confidence. We're going to talk about trauma, healing, hopelessness to triumph. We're going to talk about self-esteem. Some people think self-esteem and confidence is the same thing. One has to do with how you feel about yourself. The other one has to do with how you feel about your abilities. So those are two different things, and many of us do not know that. We're going to talk about practical tips on how we can live better lives, be happier in life. We're going to cover a gamut, and I expect to cry sometimes. I expect to laugh a lot, but it's going to get deep in here. So I hope you join me for Kitchen Talk with Victoria. And known that you are seen, heard, and worthy. Until the next time, stay awesome. You're beautiful, and you matter.